Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, especially Sigi. Thank you very much for making this happening, for inviting us to be today here. Like Sophie said yesterday, it's a huge room and such a beautiful audience. I mean, I've been working with marine scientists for the past 15 years, and back then, they didn't look like you look today. They all had this, mad scientist look. Like yesterday, Douglas Wallace coming out of the plane, with a hair like this. Where am I? Where am I? Just what year is this? But and Douglas, he is one of the mentor of this cooperation while he was in Geomar. Now he is in Dalhousie, and he is the mentor and the founder of this cooperation. And today, basically, I'm just going to open the floor for my colleague to present an infrastructure, very useful infrastructure for the community, for everybody working towards or related to the marine and ocean and atmospheric sciences in the Atlantic. Why would Cape Verde be interested in atmospheric and ocean research? Actually, for the same reason as everybody else, but just understanding impacts, climate change, the role of the ocean dynamics, impact, of course, on economic activities, but especially for the Cape Verde and the West African marine environment. What are the challenges and threats? We want to understand that. For the Cape Verde and African countries in the west coast of Africa, we need to improve our local knowledge. I mean, we're participating in a lot of projects, but we need to be part of that. We need capacity building. We need to form more people to understand and to work towards these threats and challenges. Of course, this is what we've been seeing the last 2 days. I'm not going into that because I'm not a scientist. But this is what we are looking at, okay? And Cape Verde, you can see, Cape Verde is in the middle of a lot of interesting things happening. Ocean circulation, the oxygen minimum zones. It's a prominent oxygen minimum zone around Cape Verde, Senegal, Mauritania, and Morocco. Recent paper showing an expanding oxygen minimum zone we want to look at. But also the dust events. You see where you can see the last slide, Cape Verde in the middle of a Saharan storm. All the dust coming from the sky, and for the Cape Verdeans that means allergies, lung diseases, women coming out of the beauty salon and they have their hair all covered with dust. I mean, a lot of problems that we are trying to understand. But he also fertilizes the ocean. Okay, so we're trying to understand all that, and Cape Verde has a special spot in the Atlantic, okay? Not a lot of biomass is not big, but biodiversity is consistent, high rate of endemism. There is a hypothesis saying that Cape Verde, this tropical region, might be or has been a refugee during the glacial periods, and then the species migrating again while it got warmer in other places. We want to look at that. We want to study that. And this is very old slide from NOAA, but one of my favorite ones. These are storms from 1851 until 204. There are newer slides showing this from colleagues from NOAA. And you see one particularity. All the storms hitting the east coast of the United States, they're more or less formed around Cape Verde. So it might be interesting to keep an eye on that. I met a NASA guy 10 years ago in Honolulu. It was a workshop, and he was working for NASA. Maybe he was not allowed to say what he was doing there, but he was looking at stuff like this, and he said, I never been to Cape Verde, but for the past 15 years, when I wake up in the morning, I ask, how's the weather like in Cape Verde? Okay? Depending on how it is there, it might impact the United States. So we joke around and we say this is the kind of export product that President Obama didn't ask for, but he's getting it. So you might want to keep an eye on that. And of course, the reason for doing all this and for looking all this is location, of course. The second reason is location, and the third reason is location. Cape Verde is a fascinating laboratory for marine and atmospheric sciences. This is what Professor Arne Kortzinger from Jomar once wrote. It's also on our brochure. It is really a fascinating laboratory. So we started with a lot of things, especially with colleagues from Jomar. We installed a mooring, an ocean observatory. Back then it was the TANATSO, the Tropical Eastern North Atlantic Time Series Observatory. Atmospheric observatory also came to the play, and we trained our people. We installed laboratories. We got a research vessel, and we start doing, the hardcore things on oceanography. My colleague will say a little bit more about this. Okay. And we're starting being part of bigger projects. We were part of the Eurosites, a lot of ocean observatories all around Europe, coming all the way down to Cape Verde, and then later on the FIX03 project, which are 23 sites, ocean sites. And the importance of all this is that we're talking to each other. We're looking at what the colleague is doing, and we'll start doing the same things, and we start comparing data, and we start calibrating our equipment. So we're learning from each other. We talk to each other. But most important than this is collaborating or cooperating with Europe, United States, or Canada is very easy. When it comes to our neighbor countries, the rest of the African countries in the west coast of Africa, it's not so easy. But we're really trying hard, putting up projects, being part of larger projects, which involves a lot of African countries. The MESA project is one of them. It deals with Earth observation systems. A lot of African countries. Yesterday, I think, I wasn't there, I missed it because my flight came late. We saw the preface, or you saw the preface project in Hasten Prediction of Tropical Atlantic Climate and Impacts. You have a lot of European countries, but you see a few coastal African countries towards the Atlantic. One project that I consider a model for this is this trilateral project, strongly supported, financed by France and Germany, but again, a lot of African countries with 23 institutes and universities in West Africa. And one strong component of this project, it has a work package called capacity building. This is very important for African countries. If we want to do this kind of initiative, if you want to go into the Galway statement and work on the Atlantic, we need people that understand the same language. And by training, doing some capacity building towards these countries and preparing their people to understand this language, I think it's crucial for this cooperation. And of course, in Cape Verde, we have very strong political support in supporting the blue economy. You see our ex-president giving a medal to the director of Geomar, Peter Helsish, over there, 2009. That was the only time I saw Douglas Wallace with a tie. Yeah, see? And we're now launching a new agency for ocean and atmosphere research. This is basically, I was trying to put you somewhere so you understand what my colleague is going to present, an infrastructure, so you don't think this infrastructure just came out of nothing in the middle of Atlantic. No, it has a background. It has an history that I wanted to tell. Okay, Carla, please.
Thank you, Carlos. So I think this was quite a comprehensive and nearly complete picture that you presented, so I think I can mostly skip my slides. But yeah, I'm really happy about this cooperation because it has become a friendship. It has not only become a business cooperation, it has become a real friendship. And what I want to present is the Ocean Science Center Mindelo, the bilateral cooperation that has been going on for 10 years now, for now 11 years, between Germany and Cape Verde. And this is the name of the future umbrella that shall form, or it shall form the umbrella of our future activities in the region in Cape Verde, West Africa. Unfortunately, Arne Kortzinger couldn't be here today. I'm talking on his behalf, so I neither have a scientific background, but I hope to, best as I can, showcase what we're doing. The two spots you see in the dust event, those are the Cape Verde Atmospheric Observatory and the Ocean Observatory that we have set up throughout the years. Actually this I can skip. Why the tropical Northeast Atlantic? Why Cabo Verde? quickly coming back to Cape Verde, we have been having this strong support from Cape Verde, and they have helped us decisively pave the way towards where we stand today with the establishment of an Ocean Science Center Mandelo. And we have had from the beginning research permits facilitating the field research in the region. How did it start all? So, as you can see, this is a workshop, an international workshop with about 60 participants from 9, from 9 countries. And already back then, the idea was created to have a West African Science and Logistics Center in the region. And yeah, we are happy. Actually, now we are coming and bringing together the people again in 6 weeks to come, where we have 15 nations with West African participation, because we want to extend our cooperation also to that area. The Cape Verde Ocean Observatory, just quickly, it consists of a mooring 3,000 unto 3,600 meter depth. It is supplemented by ship-based monthly sampling schemes and autonomous deployments of autonomous instruments. And we have, very important, built up a team by capacity building measures like POGO and DAD, German Academic Exchange Service, which do the very important part of maintaining and operating the observatory. Equal-wise, the Cape Verde Atmospheric Observatory, which is located on the island of Saint Vincent, which forms part, it's a trilateral consortium of UK, Germany, and Cape Verde, and it forms part of the Global Atmosphere Watch Program, which is one of only 30 existing worldwide. Major research, I will skip this. We have regular visits. There's a future, very soon one to come with Martin Fisbeck going in the region again with Cape Verdean participation. And yeah, that's actually the slide that I wanted to talk about most. So this we're going to build. We just started in last month with the actual construction, and it shall be a future scientific center opened up to the international scientific, atmospheric, and oceanic community in the region and globally. And it offers laboratories, maintenance hall, workshops, guest offices, conference rooms, storages, technical facilities, and will be opened by 2016. And the long-term vision of this is to establish a network of Atlantic time series stations in the Atlantic and go across the ocean. And I'm happy also, I saw Joaquim Brito from Plocan here and our Brazilian colleagues. And this is the vision to jointly approach the questions lying ahead of us. Thank you very much for your attention.